Today I'm going to show you how to attach straps to a shin guard that will eventually become a bracer. The first step is to place a screw into the pre-drilled hole. Now there are 4 pre-drilled holes in the bracer, and we're going to take the screw and put it through one of these pre-drilled holes. And the second step is to set a buckle in place and trace around it. So here we have a buckle. We're going to take, there's a hole in the buckle, and we're just going to line that hole up with the screw and place it over the screw and press firmly until the screw comes through the other end. At that time, we're going to take a marker and we're going to trace around this buckle with the marker. Okay. And then step 3 is to remove the buckle and then cut out the piece of lining that I just traced. So as you can see, there's an outline of where the buckle was. Take a sharp object like a razor or an X-Acto knife. You press firmly and cut along the part that you traced. Be careful with the blade or the X-Acto knife because it's very sharp. Press firmly 2 or 3 times along each marking. And there's stitching around here which will make it a little difficult for you to pull out the foam after you've cut it, but it will come out. You just pull out what you just cut. And then you save this piece because you're going to put it back eventually. Okay? Alright, then step 4 is to remove the cutout piece, which I just did. Step 5 is to poke a screw back through the pre-cut hole. So this screw is a little bit longer than the one we're going to use. Take a shorter screw, you put it back in the area that you cut. Now you set the buckle on the screw. So we take this screw, this buckle here, make sure that the underside of the buckle is facing up. And then you place this. Make sure that you line up the screw with the hole. Okay. And as you can see, the screw has come up through the opening of the buckle. Okay. I'm going to cut this a little bit more because I want to make sure that you have enough room for the buckle. Okay. All right, so now we put the screw back in through the hole. We take the buckle and we lay it sure you have it facing the right way. Okay. The next step is to put a nut on top of the washer. So put the washer here, put the nut on top of it. You're going to tighten it with your fingers first. Then you're going to take a screwdriver, it could be a power tool or just a hand screwdriver, and tighten it. Get it as tight as you can. Okay. Now the next step is we're going to take the glue gun. We're going to put glue all on top of the buckle, and then we're going to place the padding back to cover it, because when you wear this you don't want the screw to irritate your skin, so we're going to cover it back up so that the screw doesn't irritate. And as you're squeezing this out, remember that you don't want it to start to dry or it won't adhere. You want to make sure that this glue doesn't dry. So put a healthy, generous amount of glue on the buckle and then quickly replace the padding. And make sure that you do not get this glue on your hand because it's very hot and you could get burnt easily. But press firmly. And I know this looks kind of sloppy, but you're going to be covering it up with other things, so it doesn't really matter about the aesthetics at this point. Just press firmly. Okay, and then you can trim off any excess fabric. All right. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to fasten the buckle. All right. So here's the other part of the strap. Slip this through and fasten it. Okay. And then in this step, you need someone to help you measure how long this strap is going to be. All right. So here's a partner that you can use.
On your own arm.
And just estimate how long you think you need the strap to be. So I'm going to cut it approximately right here. All right. And that's where I'm going to cut it, right where this bend starts. Let's take scissors and cut it. All right. Okay. So now we're going to take this out, take it loose. And okay, so now what we're going to do is this part is the end of the strap. So it's already cut to the length that we want it to be. So what we have to do here is we're going to take and punch a hole at the end of the strap. So to know where that hole should be, I'm going to take the screw, put it in one of the pre-drilled holes again, and then just sort of press on it to allow the screw to mark where the hole is going to be punched. So it might be hard for you to see, but there's a little indentation from the screw. That's how I know where I want to punch my hole. Okay, so I'm going to take this hole puncher. I'm going to line it up with that indentation and try to make sure that I don't make the hole too close to the edge of the strap. Try to make it right near the center. Press firmly, and depending on what kind of material your strap is, you may not be able to get this to go through it. So if you have a difficult time, you can use the power drill right here. And just drill a hole with that. Okay, and so now we have a hole. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay, but I don't know if you can see that, but there's a hole. So, okay, so the next thing after we punch a hole in the strap is to put the screw in the pre-drilled hole, and then take the strap and once again we're going to trace around the strap like we did the first time with the buckle. So you just have to line this up, push it in firmly till you see the screw come out, and then we're going to trace around this strap like we did with this side of the buckle. You take your marker. So basically what we did to this side is what we're going to do over here on that side. Just trace it. And it's kind of